All right, here we go with downtown. Start with hole number 1, of course. This one, there's not a whole lot of different ways to play this. I like to put my middle chevron right kind of on that lamp post. You can either take a wide route like this, or you can cut it even sharper into the bushes and trees, which will give you a little better approach. But this is a pretty good result. I'm just going to play it safe, show you kind of the birdie attempt, because this is kind of a risky bid if you go for the eagle here. So this is just the fuse. Nice little tap-in birdie. I'd love to know if you guys go for this eagle often, or it just depends on how far back you are. This one, if you end up on this hill here, I usually throw the beast. You can throw the Rive glide roll, but that's plenty of disc. You don't want to go long here. You don't want to go right. Sometimes those bushes can be a pain, so I try to go in this little space over here, and that leaves me with a easy birdie attempt there. But again, slide to the right, middle chevron kind of right on that light, and then you can cut it pretty short. That's about as sharp as you can cut it without missing the mando. But that gap there, if you hit that, you can end up way down here. If you got a tailwind, you can actually go in the water, so just be mindful of that. But if I get this close, I'm usually bidding it. This is the Sapphire Accurate roll. Looking really good. Oh, just low. That's kind of my ace line if I'm going to go for it. If I'm less than like 330 or so, I'll usually go for this one. If I'm farther out than that, then usually I'm just laying up. Like a lot of times if you try to cut it, you'll end up in these bushes. So I'll pull out the glide roll Rive and just throw it on a forehand and just try to kind of, a lot of space over here on the left. You just got to make sure and carry the water. This is looking like a pretty good line here. And the nice roll feature should put us right next to the basket, just like that. So I'll usually go for it and try to kind of cut the corner as sharp as I can without getting too risky. But again, sometimes you can get caught up in the tree or bushes over here. This is going to be to the right of all of them, but it'll get down there a ways. And we'll see if we can throw one of these in for eagle for y'all. This is probably a little far out. Again, anything this length or longer, I'm usually just going to lay it up just because it can, if you really give it a good bid, it's probably going to go long if you miss. And that was right next to the basket, but try to get less than 300 to give me a really good shot at throwing it in. This is looking pretty good. That little gap there in between those bushes will get you down there. This is probably 320 or so, 307. So again, the Sapphire Accurate roll. Kind of top chevron pointing down at the top of the basket. I keep missing left. Sometimes if you do that, you'll get lucky and catch that curb, but that's no guarantee. That very well could have just slid out of bounds. So again, it's always a risky bid if you go for the eagle on this one. This is that really good line. If you can get that line, that'll get you down the farthest. Still 328. I'm going to go middle chevron on the basket since I'm a little farther. And again, I missed left. And see, that one just slid right up on the curb, OB. So depends on what kind of round I'm playing. But it's always risky going for this one. But it is possible. It's definitely not possible to get the hole-in-one. But the eagle is definitely a possibility. And it was actually the hole one of the daily not too long ago. So I feel like I got a little better at this shot here. Dang it. I keep missing left on all these. Got a lucky kick there again. I don't know why I keep missing left. This is just around the corner. Should get down there quite a ways. Right under the bench. 295. Perfect distance. Top chevron just above the basket there. Got a little bit of a tailwind, so this is super risky. If I miss here, almost guaranteed OB. This is looking good though. Get there. There you go. Cash money. See if we can get back to back. Finish it off. Again, if you go for this often, I'd love to know what disc you're throwing with and how often you go out of bounds if you miss. This drive is going to give us a good shot at back-to-back. Ooh, perfect. It's about as good as you can get without going in the water. 232, you almost have to go for it from this distance. This is the Warship. Strong tailwind though, so even with this distance, if I miss, you're still risking out of bounds, and I missed it way left and went way out of bounds. But thanks for watching. We'll move on to hole number 2. Appreciate y'all watching me play some DGV.